What are the top 3 best Hondas of all time? Let's be honest, there's a lot of different Hondas you could pick, but personally, I think at number 3, so we have the 1991 CRX SIR. Now this car didn't really come with much. It came with a 1.6 liter 16 valve, D16 A6. It is VTEC, but it only had about 108 horsepower, which really isn't a lot for the time, but to be completely honest, it's so fitting of this car. Personally, I absolutely love these cars, and I think if anybody has one, let me buy it off you, because Jesus Christ. So obviously, number 2 is the S2000. Now, I know a lot of people are probably saying, oh bro, you didn't put an Integra in the list. That's surprising. Well, personally, I'd put the Integra at number 4. But number 2, we got the Honda S2000. These cars are probably, like I said, one of the best Hondas simply ever made. The design is perfect. Even the convertibles are perfect. It comes with just an amazing interior. Amazing interior. I love the interior on these cars. These were made from 1999 to 2009, and 2009 being the cutoff where they discontinued the car. It came out of the factory with between 237 horsepower and 247 horsepower, with a manual transmission and a Torsen limited slip differential. It came with the JDM F20C, and to be honest, I think that's one of the best Honda motors probably ever made. I mean, the way those hit VTEC is just absolutely disgusting. Now, the AP2 was from 2004 to 2009. Pretty much the exact same specs, just kind of a facelift and a little bit of different, changes here and there. But other than that, it was pretty much the exact same. It was pretty much the same motor. Both rev out to 9,000 RPM, which is absolutely insane. And it's just a timeless classic that you just can't get enough of. I mean, every time you see an S2000, I don't know about you guys, but personally, I tweak out like a little fangirl. So that's why I put it at number 2. So at number 1, I don't think this would be a surprise, but it's the 1991 to 2005 Honda/Acura NSX. This shit literally looks like a fucking Ferrari. You cannot tell me that Honda did not cook on this fucking car. So obviously I'm talking about the old ones, the NA1, 1990s to 2005s. Came with a 3-liter V6 engine with VTEC, absolutely insane, 5-speed manual in the 80s. It was developed in the 80s, which is absolutely insane considering just how much power these cars really did make. Not to mention that this was a rear mid-engine car, which in itself at that time for a Honda was probably mind-boggling. It's pretty much the equivalent of the C8 today. These came right out of the factory with 270 horsepower, 210 pound-foot of torque, and that's just absolutely insane considering that this was a 2-seater, and it really did not weigh much. The car weighed a little bit over 3,000 pounds, but to be completely honest, with a car that's that nimble, I don't really think that's too crazy, but it's just an absolutely timeless car, classic, and I think even today people are paying, anywhere between $80,000 and $100,000 for these cars, which is a lot of money. Now, personally, that's why I put it at number 1. I just think it's literally the legendary, car for Honda. I don't think they'll ever be able to top this. And if they do, kudos to them, but that's what I got at number 1. And those are my top 3 Hondas of all time. That should be blowing me.